I never thought I'd see her again. For 3 years, she was nothing more than a shadow in my memory, a ghost I carried in my chest, buried beneath the sand of time and silence. And yet, fate doesn't play fair. It waits for the one moment you convince yourself you're safe, then rips the ground out from under you. It was a quiet summer afternoon on the beach, the kind of day where the sky looks like an endless canvas of blue, and the waves of a rhythm that makes you believe life can still be simple. I was there with Emma. Yes, Emma, the woman who had somehow pulled me out of the ruins I had become after my marriage collapsed. She wasn't just company. She was my anchor, my proof that broken hearts can still beat again. Emma laughed as she ran toward the water, her sundress clinging to her legs in the breeze. I watched her, smiling in a way I hadn't smiled in years, and thought, this is peace. For once, I wasn't haunted. For once, I wasn't thinking about her. And then I heard it, a voice, a gasp carried by the wind. Michael? I froze. My blood turned cold. My chest hollowed out in an instant. Slowly, I turned my head, and there she was, Sarah, my wife, or rather, the woman who had once been my wife, the woman I hadn't spoken to in 3 long years. She looked almost the same, but older somehow, like time had etched her face with both beauty and grief. Her hair was tied back, her sunglasses hanging from her shirt as if she had just yanked them off in disbelief, and in her eyes, shock, pain, betrayal, even though I couldn't understand why. Sarah. My voice cracked as her name left my lips. Emma was still in the water, laughing, unaware of the storm brewing just a few yards away. Sarah stepped closer, her sandals dragging across the sand. It's you, she whispered. After all this time, you're here. My chest tightened. Memories hit me like shards of glass. The fights, the slammed doors, the night I walked away because I couldn't forgive the betrayal that had ripped our marriage to pieces. She had begged me not to leave, promised me explanations, but by then, I couldn't hear her through the noise of my own shattered trust. We never finalized the divorce papers, never found closure. We just became strangers. Silence was easier. But seeing her now, silence was an option. I thought you were gone forever, she said, her voice trembling. No calls. No letters. Nothing. I searched for you, Michael. I swallowed hard, my throat dry as sandpaper. You had your choices, Sarah. I had mine. Her eyes shifted then, over my shoulder, toward Emma. She had just come out of the water, her laughter fading as she noticed the tension. Sarah's gaze lingered on her, then snapped back to me. And in that split second, I saw it. The realization, the shattering. She's with you? Sarah's voice cracked like brittle glass. Emma looked between us, confusion clouding her face. Michael, who is this? The air grew heavy. I felt trapped between the past and the present. 2 women who represented the 2 lives I'd lived. Sarah's lips trembled. 3 years of silence, Michael. 3 years of wondering where you were, if you were okay, if maybe one day you come back. And now I find you here, smiling, laughing with her. Her voice broke. Do you even know what that does to me? I clenched my fists. And do you know what you did to me, Sarah? The lies? The betrayal? Her face paled. I told you I was sorry. I begged you to listen. You never gave me a chance to explain. Because there was nothing left to explain. My voice rose. The beach suddenly too small to contain the anger I'd buried. You broke us. You broke me. And when I walked away, it was the only way I could survive. For a moment, silence. Just the waves crashing behind us. Steady and merciless. Emma touched my arm gently. Michael, maybe we should go. But Sarah shook her head, tears finally spilling down her cheeks. No, don't go. Not yet. I just need to know. Did you ever love me? Or was I just a chapter you were waiting to close? Her words hit me deep, because the truth was complicated. I had loved her, fiercely, enough to build dreams around her, enough to lose myself when she broke them. But love wasn't enough to erase betrayal. I looked at her, at the woman I once thought I'd grow old with. I loved you, Sarah. But love died the day trust did. Her breath hitched. her face crumpling as if those words crushed something inside her. She took a step back, shaking her head, covering her mouth to stifle the sob that tore free. Her eyes linger on Emma one last time. Envy, regret, devastation flickering in her gaze, before she turned and walked away, her figure shrinking against a horizon of sand. Emma slid her hand into mine, her touch warm against the chill that had settled inside me. She didn't ask questions. Not then. She just held me, grounding me in the present. But even as I watched Sarah disappear down the beach, her broken expression etched itself into me like salt in an open wound. And I knew, no matter how far I come, no matter how much I try to move on, some ghosts never stop haunting you. Sarah's figure grew smaller as she walked down the shoreline, her footsteps fading into the sand, but the storm she left behind stayed lodged in my chest. Emma still held my hand, but I could feel the questions simmering beneath her silence. She deserved answers, but not here, not in front of 100 strangers basking under the sun. "Let's go," I said softly, pulling her toward the pier where our car was parked. She didn't resist, but her eyes lingered on me, searching, needing. Back in the small beach house we'd rented, Emma finally broke the silence. "Michael, who is she?" I sat down heavily on the edge of the bed, elbows on my knees, staring at the floor like it might give me the courage I didn't have. "That was Sarah, my wife." Emma froze. "Your wife?" I thought. "Ex-wife." I cut in quickly, then softer. "We never signed the papers. We just ended." Her lips parted, her eyes wide. "You never told me." I didn't want her ghost between us. My voice cracked as I said it, because the truth was, Sarah's shadow had been with me all along. I just never admitted it. Emma crossed her arms, her voice trembling. "And now she shows up, and the way she looked at you. Michael, are you still in love with her?" The question sliced me open. I shook my head, but the hesitation before the words fell was enough to wound her. No, not in love. But I did love her once, more than I thought possible. Emma sat on the other side of the bed, facing away, her silence heavier than shouting. And just like that, the ghost of 3 years ago came rushing back. It had been a winter night, snow tapping against the windows, when I found out. The messages glowed on Sarah's phone, words she never meant for me to see, words she had sent to someone else. I can't stop thinking about last night. I don't know how long I can keep living this lie. I remember the way my hands shook, the disbelief, the way my chest felt like it was caving in. When I confronted her, she cried, swore it was a mistake, swore it hadn't gone far, begged me to listen, but I couldn't. Every word sounded like poison. Every tear felt like manipulation. So I walked out. I packed a bag, slammed the door, and vanished. For days she called. For weeks she wrote. And then silence. 3 years of it. I told myself I was done with her, that no explanation could fix what she broke. But the truth? I never forgave myself either, for leaving without hearing the whole story. "Michael." Emma's voice pulled me back. She was crying quietly, her back still to me. "If there's still a part of you tied to her, I need to know. I can't be a rebound you're still using to forget." I moved closer, my hand brushing her shoulder. "Emma, you're not a rebound. You're the reason I can breathe again. The reason I didn't drown in the past. What you saw today, it wasn't love. It was pain resurfacing. That's all." She turned, her eyes red but steady. "Then you need to decide. Are you willing to finally close that door? For good? Or are you going to let her ghost keep haunting us?" Her words echoed like a challenge, like an ultimatum. And deep down, I knew she was right. I couldn't move forward while Sarah still held pieces of me. I had to face her. The next morning, I found Sarah sitting alone at a cafe by the boardwalk. She must have known I'd come. Her coffee sat untouched, her eyes tired, as if she hadn't slept. She didn't smile when she saw me. "I thought you'd avoid me. That's what you're good at, isn't it?" I sat down across from her, my jaw tight. "You don't get to play the victim, Sarah." Her laugh was bitter, broken. "I'm not. I don't even know how to talk to you anymore. 3 years, Michael. Do you know what silence feels like when the person you love disappears? Anger rose in me, but beneath it was something heavier, guilt. Do you know what it feels like to find out the woman you trusted with everything was sharing her heart with someone else? Her face paled. Her lips trembled. You think I betrayed you, but you never let me explain. Then explain now. My voice was sharp, but my chest ached for answers I'd buried. She took a shaky breath. It wasn't an affair. Not like you think. I was lonely, Michael. You were gone even when you were home. Always working, always distant. I found someone online who just listened. It got too close, too emotional, yes, but I ended it before it crossed a line. I hated myself for it, and I hated that I couldn't reach you anymore. Her eyes filled with tears. I never slept with him. I never loved him. I loved you, but you never gave me the chance to prove it. The cafe fell silent around us, though maybe it was just me drowning in her words. My mind raced, torn between anger and a sliver of doubt that felt like mercy. But before I could answer, she whispered the one thing that broke me all over again. I waited, Michael, every day for 3 years. I waited for you to come back. And now, I see you've already given your heart to someone else. Her voice shattered, and so did mine.